Quite the army, isn't it? Salas would be proud. I know he would. Forgive me for taking charge, though. You deserve a break. Or at least a chance to save your energy. You'll need most of it in Balteus, not here. We'll take care of everything until then. I made sure to put us on the same boat as each other. Everyone, actually. Howl, Valessa, Fortame, Ulrich, Pro. It's probably best if we're all together for the end of this journey. Of course, Monarch. Anything to help you out. But I think we're almost ready to set sail. Want to get on board? Might as well lead by example. A lot of people are just standing around.
Leaving without me, Damek? I thought you wanted me to come along.
Hey, Grizz, happy to see you. We weren't leaving, just getting on board. Hopefully everyone else will take the hint and follow suit.
Fair enough. Hey there, Monarch. Damek told me everything when you got back from Alarinthia. It seems like we were looking at things the wrong way all along. At least I definitely was. I thought that my death in those tunnels would redeem me. But now I know that my fate lies elsewhere, in Balteus. At first, I was furious that you denied me my redemption. But when Damek came to see me, I looked at it differently. I was meant to survive those tunnels and help your final attack. What do you say? To the Triumvirate's fall? Mazeo can rest with Lilith for now. Thank you, Monarch. Let's put the past behind us. Honestly, I think all of us want to forget about those tunnels. I promise that from here on out, I'll maintain a clear mind.
I'm glad that they put us all in the same boat. I must say, I've gotten used to you and your friends. Being placed anywhere else would be pretty uncomfortable. I just wanted to tell you that I gave Damek some information. He's forming a plan of attack as we speak, so it definitely helped. When it comes to Balteus and the Triumvirate, I know more than anybody. I'm sorry for what we did to him during our attack, by the way. I ordered Shane to stab him, so it's technically my fault. He seems fine though, so no hard feelings? They might not tell your allies that I gave them this information, though. Not everybody trusts me, so it would probably just cause more harm than good. I'm not here to cause harm, so we all agreed it was best to omit a few facts. That's it, really. I just thought you deserved to know it came from me. I did promise information that would help your final attack, after all. If anything else comes to mind, I'll make sure to bring it to attention.
Hey there, Monarch! Glad to see you made it here. I'm happy we're all on the same boat.
Yeah, it makes me feel way better. If I was stuck with other people, I'd be worried, but in this situation, I'm not. I'm perfectly comfortable.
I'm just doing my best to hang in there. This whole life at sea thing really isn't my style. I can't wait to get back and settle down for good.
Knock on wood, bro. Don't get arrogant before the final battle. This is a huge gamble. You need to give it your all.
Me? Arrogant? Never. Anyway, I need to take my mind off of this water stuff. How about we go sit in the crew quarters and play some cards?
Sure, but I think Damek is about to make a speech. He's been lost in conversation with Hal for a while now. I overheard them talking about our plan of attack in Balteus.
All right, I can wait. Maybe you should get over there, Monarch. I'm pretty sure that's something you'll want to be a part of.
Good luck, Monarch. I hope we get to spend more time together, but I understand if we don't get to. This is probably the most important moment of your life, so do whatever you need.
Yeah, as much as we need you, I think the world needs you more. Hopefully, this isn't goodbye. But there's always a chance that it is. Since we're going to Balteus, we need to treat that as a real option.
Thanks for everything, Monarch. I think you have some planning to do, so I'll let you go.
Yeah, just know that I'll never forget our time together. If we play our cards right, then we can have more of that after the war. I know things have been crazy, but with you two by my side, it's been easier.
Hey, Monarch. We were just taking care of some planning. I think we have a pretty good idea of what we're going to do. Now that we've talked it out, I think our chances are great.
Dominic is correct. Our confidence has increased tenfold. Thanks to some last-minute information, we now have the edge. Hopefully we can keep that when we put our plan into practice.
I guess I should tell everybody what we're planning then. I'll go stand at the head of the ship and give myself a platform. They might want to hear from you too, Monarch, so be ready. Well, I guess this is the eve of our final attack. I know many of you are wondering just what's going to happen. I'll explain more later, but right now, I can tell you a bit of what we're planning. We should arrive in Balteus just as the sun is rising. When we do, we'll be all meeting at a central location for one final meeting. It's important that everybody is on the same page before we take any big steps. However, our first big step will be to secure the Grand Library. Holding the proprietor hostage, we'll station our army there as a pseudo-HQ. I bet you're wondering why we've chosen the library. Well, our reasoning is twofold. First of all, we've been told that the Honor Guard cannot set foot inside. There's some sort of ward on the property, presumably so the owner can be alone. We're not sure why they prefer to work alone, but we know they're important to the Triumvirate. That is part of our second reason. Taking them hostage, we will extract information. We need anything we can gather that will help us with our next step, the final attack. While information is extracted, we can use the safety of the library to rest and recuperate. After that rest, we will gather one more time and begin our final assault. The Monarch will lead a small team and infiltrate the castle, attacking the Triumvirate directly. The rest of us will lead the Honor Guard to the town square and fight them there as a distraction. With the distraction as large as we're planning, the Monarch should be unimpeded. She will kill the Triumvirate and destroy the large idol at the back of their chambers. We believe this idol to be of importance to them, so we must destroy it right away. With the blade plunged into that idol, the Monarch will tap into its power. As it fades away, she will use its energy to deactivate every member of the Honor Guard. At that point, victory is ours. We will gather in the castle atrium and count the survivors. As soon as we arrive, I'll share this plan with everybody else. So until then, I advise getting some rest. You're going to need it. That is, unless there's anything you want to say to all of us, Monarch. Eloquently put, Monarch. Better than my own speeches, I have to admit. I could see just how much everybody looks up to you.
It was quite impressive, we must say. You're going to make a fine leader. We're sure of it. The greatest asset of any ruler is the ability to inspire hope.
And I'd say we have that in droves now. I trust that you're okay with our plan, Monarch. Sorry that we didn't have time to pass it by you first.
Good. It seems everything is now in order. Perhaps you should go and get some rest, Monarch. We will wake you if there are any matters of importance.
Yeah. We need you rested when we reach Balteus. You know our plan, and the pirates are about to set sail. There's nothing left for you to do. At least for now. What was your reasoning behind this again? I'm surprised the Triumvirate decided to play along with your plan.
They have to come by sea, and this is the main point of entry. If we leave from here, we can intercept them before they arrive. The plan is to thin out their numbers as early as possible.
What if this fails and they sink our fleet?
Scared of dying, are you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's a valid concern, Shane.
Well, in my case, I don't really have anything left to lose. Let me lead this charge myself, Halen. You can go back to the castle. You'll be needed there for a second line of defense, if they make it that far.
I trust that they won't.
Me too. Just tell the Triumvirate I'll be there soon. I have no intention of dying. Not to any of those weaklings.
You have a death wish, you know that. I get that you hate them, but don't throw your life away. The Triumvirate rewards service. Keep that in mind, all right?
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. I'll be back before you know it, so go and have a rest. Just wait, Halen. If they even arrive, you'll find that their hope is lost.
Very well. I can get behind that thought. Be careful, though. You're a good apprentice, Shane. I trust that you and the Honor Guard will do some real damage.
Yeah, that's the idea. I'll see you back at the castle.
Sure. You know, Sovi never let me do stuff like this. As his apprentice, he shut down almost every plan I ever had. I have to be better than him, though. I'm trusting you with a lot here.
Don't worry, I promise not to let you down. The rebellion ends today. You have my word, Master. And it all starts with that little figurehead of theirs. It's almost time, Cirrus. You'll be joining Damek soon enough.
Hey now, Put that thing away. I didn't mean to startle you, Monarch. It appears there's been some complications. Domek wanted me to tell you that you're needed on deck. You'll see what I mean when you get up there, alright? And I just wanted to tell you that I know what happened in Alarinthia. I know that Pro and Ulrich teamed up in order to throw our fight. You know, I always said that Alarinthia needed to be ruled with smarts. Draco would just sit in his throne, thinking that strength solved everything, using a scheme like they did to outsmart him. It's almost poetic, isn't it? Besides, it also sent a message to every Alarinthian. Their old way of doing things was wrong. Individual strength doesn't matter. It's how strong we are when we team up, under shared ideals, that truly matters. And for sending them that message, I commend you. Good luck out there on the deck. I think you'll need it.
We have no plan. Perhaps this is time for Domek to shine. A master strategist. Is that not what your people say?
Hal, this is no time to be petty. We need to put our heads together and figure this out. Let's see. It's a small fleet, maybe only half the size of ours.
Naval warfare was not something the monarchy practiced. We lived in peace, Domek. Our world was not discordant like this one.
Okay, I'll do it. We know this battle is lost if the Monarch doesn't make it ashore. So our goal should be securing the safety of this boat and the lives of those on board. This is when we need to rely on everyone's strengths. We need the pirates to take action. Alex, we need you to order your forces to charge. This is precisely why I wanted to form a treaty, for battle at sea. I need you to occupy the forces. Distract them while we slip by.
Slip by? They'll notice you right away! Baltean ships are equipped with projectile weaponry. One or two good shots and you'll be underwater in minutes.
That's what I'm counting on.
Huh?
We're going to let them sink this ship.
Are you crazy?
I have a plan, Alex. Everybody, listen up. We'll time it so we're close by when they hit us. As we sink, we can hop over to their ship and hijack it. Using their own projectile weapons, we'll start sinking them one by one. Their attention will be divided. They'll be getting attacked from multiple sides. We can use that to our advantage. They won't be able to retaliate through the chaos.
Right, of course. Should I send the order right now?
Yeah. We need to do this immediately. There's no room for error. This is the end.
Yes, sir!
Domek, we must say, that was pretty impressive. Hopefully now you realize that visions only hold you back.
Huh?
Look at what happened back in the Rebel HQ. You relied on a vision. You tried to fulfill some prophecy. In a way, that is limiting. You plan your strategy around certainties. But there are no certainties in war. Assume that the enemy is a counter for your every action. In this case, we should also plan for a scenario where the enemy prevails.
They won't, simply because we can't afford it. Any losses at this point would mean the end of our cause. Trust in the pirates, Howl. Trust in all of us. We can do this. Everybody listen up. The final hour is upon us. Our pirate army will be charging against the enemy fleet. While they're distracted, we'll slip in and hijack one of their ships. That means we'll be sacrificing this vessel, so don't be alarmed if they deal us a fatal blow. As we're sinking, we'll jump over and board the enemy. Their ships are equipped with projectile weaponry. Using their own ship, we will turn their weapons against them. They won't know where to focus, and we'll use the chaos to our advantage. If things go south, I need all of you to protect the Monarch. Without her, we will lose not only this battle, but the war as well. Her life and the blade that she carries should be our top priority. Do I make myself clear? This is it. There's no turning back. Everybody, brace yourselves to charge! Hold! Hold! Fire!
I hope you're ready to jump!
See you on the other side, Monarch!
You know, any good captain is supposed to go down with their ship, but I guess there's no point living my life by an outdated code of honor. Thanks to the treaty, there'll be a new life waiting for me after all of this. And honestly, it's all thanks to you. Let's make this jump together, Monarch. We're a team until the end, no matter what!
A traitor? Not from where I'm standing. Domek abandoned me, and it's all because of you. He's a selfish fool. All he cares about is that stupid sword! I had a plan! We had a plan! And he threw it all away! The moment you walked through that door, he let you replace me! He left me to rot in the Triumvirate's prison because you were more convenient! You saw how many people died in your HQ during that little attack. If you couldn't wield that sword, you'd be buried down there with the rest of them. Domek didn't care about you or your friends. He only cared about your power. I was thinking long and hard about what I should do. You know, what was my place in all this? And I realized that if I served the Triumvirate, I'd receive the same power. It seemed fitting. End Domek's rebellion with the same thing he was relying on. I wish he could be here to see this. But you'll tell him the story, won't you? Not strong enough to take it back by willpower alone? Thought so. You're weak. See, I was blessed by the Triumvirate. All you got was worthless energy from the realm of spirits. Out of pity, too. Is that all you got? Impossible! No, you're the one on the wrong side! The rebellion is small and insignificant. Hundreds standing in a world of millions. Even if you win, they won't respect your power. They're happy living under the Triumvirate's rule. Revenge won't solve anything. Just back down. I was hurt by the occupation and I wanted to fight, but I realized I was being greedy, and there was no point. It's not my happiness, my satisfaction that matters. It's the world's. You took everything from me! You were born with everything I worked so hard to achieve! They were my family, my friends, and you took them all away! I hate you! Tomek.
You're awake. Thank goodness. When I found you in the water, I was starting to worry. What happened back there anyway? You were so far behind us. Oh, I see. Can you stand on your own? We're resting in a shack that's not too far away. It's nothing fancy, but it'll give us the privacy we need. Just follow me, all right? I'll give you an update once we arrive. A lot of stuff happened while you were out.
Good to see you, Monarch. We were worried. It seems that almost everybody's accounted for. They are some of the few we have yet to find, but we are certain that they live. We haven't found their bodies. Many of them washed ashore, casualties of the battle at sea. We are relieved to know that you are not one of those casualties. The plan is to wait in and around the shack until everybody shows up. This might be a good time for you to get some rest. Please relax. Please do not resort to worst-case scenario thinking. This is a time to be hopeful. We stand on the precipice of victory. We will go and look for them personally. You deserve some rest.
Hey, good to see that you're still among the living. That was pretty intense, wasn't it? Sure scared me, at least. I'm not one for sailing or fighting, so combining both? Yikes.
Yeah, Pro was scared. Thankfully, I have strength for two. He cowered in the corner while I did all of the hard work.
Did not.
Sure. It's about Alex, Monarch. He's resting in the shack, in critical condition. I think we can nurse him back to health, but I'm not sure.
Look, it's probably best not to think about it too much. He's in good hands. We just need to forge on as a team. If it weren't for him, we'd all be dead at sea. This is a victory.
It was just important that we gave you a status report. I think once everybody gets here, we'll hold another meeting. Our strategy may need some adapting after these losses.
Yeah, go take a breather. You deserve it. Right now, our options are pretty limited.
It's not ideal, but he's right. All we can do right now is wait. Thanks for the chat, Monarch.
Hey, how are you holding up? At least that makes one of us. I almost died, but one of my men shielded me. That's the way to power, I guess. Watching them die. Never gets any easier, though. Hey, can you promise me one thing? Give them hell for me, Monarch. If I die, I want to die knowing that we've won. Show them no quarter. They don't deserve it.
I never thought I'd see this place again. This is where I used to live, before I joined the Triumvirate. A simple shepherd, that's all I was. They said they saw greatness in me. But now I know that all they saw was a naive man ready to serve. They prey on the weak, on those whose minds can be warped. I'm a different man now, but perhaps my change came too late. I don't know if this is important or not, but Balteus has changed. It used to be a beautiful place, but now it's almost like it's dying. I can't put my finger on it, but something bad is happening here. So be careful, all right? We can't lose you, Monarch. But if it's within your power, I'd like to see Balteus restored. Placing your throne here and settling down would be a good idea. They made me kill my flock of sheep before joining them. They said it symbolized the death of my old life and the start of my new one. I felt awful, but I still chose to comply. I wasn't the smartest when I was younger. That's why I wear the skin of my favorite sheep. I called him Lassiter. I wore him as a tribute, but he slowly turned into a symbol of my resentment. Seeing him every day, that constant reminder, was part of why I defected. I couldn't live with what I did, so I sought redemption. Of course, you know the rest, so I won't bore you. Thank you for listening to an old man's ramblings. That means a lot. It really does. I want to see the Triumvirate fall, even if it means losing my life. Giving everybody out there a happy future? Now that would let me rest easy. Of course, my survival would be preferable. I promise not to do anything too reckless. You have my word. That's all I can really give you for now. I hope that it's enough.
Sorry for taking a bit longer than you thought. We've never been here before, so we got lost.
Yeah, and it was even harder because you're keeping quiet. It's hard to find people who don't want to be found, you know?
I can't believe how cold this place is. It looks so uninviting, too. Scary, almost.
Yeah, hopefully we can change that. The triumvirate seems neglectful, but why?
Alright, we need to talk about what happens next. Until now, we've been pretty vague since time was short. But there's no more delaying. This is everything we've got. We need to push through the town square before anything can happen. Balteus is fortified by a large wall, so we can't get to the library from the outside. This means that the bulk of the battle will take place within the city itself. However, we want to get to the Grand Library with as little resistance as possible. To that end, we'll have our created seers go in first and cause a distraction. If they can lure the honor guard away from the town square, we can slip in. Since the honor guard can't enter the library, it's perfect for a base of operations. Let's face it, this shack is dangerous, so we should get moving as soon as possible. Once we're in the library, we can relax and prepare to launch our final assault.
And what will that final assault consist of?
Good question. Here's what we've been thinking. If the floor is mine, I'll reveal our plan. This is the main area of the city. Our goal is to ensure that the monarch has a clear path to the castle. That way, she can slip inside and kill the triumvirate with minimal effort. Hal and myself will lure the honor guard to the town square. This is where the bulk of the battle will take place. It shouldn't be too hard. With the added might of our draconic allies, we'll have no problem at all. Pro will sneak away from the town square and infiltrate the castle. His job will be to cause a distraction, luring enemies away from the atrium. With that done, the rest should be smooth sailing for the monarch.
I'll go with Pro, if that's okay with you. I know the layout of the castle, and he'll need some backup. We can't expect him to hold off an entire horde of suits at once.
Very well. Grizz will accompany Pro. The two of them will have no problem clearing the castle. The bulk of the honor guard will be with me in the town square. Alright, that takes care of Hal, Pro, and myself. The rest of you will accompany the monarch to the castle. Let's see here. I should have another map detailing our current area. The only way to approach the Triumvirate's castle is directly from the front. That is, unless you know a secret or two. This involves a hidden mountain pass. Using this pass, you can go around Balteus. It'll be much easier than sneaking through the city. Joining you will be Ulrich, Fortame, and Valessa.
Damek, if you'd let me join them, I could help out. Remember who tipped you off about this hidden trail? I can even use the Blade of Exodus if the monarch is in a bind.
Alright, sure. I have no problem with that. Sovi will accompany the group headed to the castle. They'll split up when they get close. Let's see here. You should emerge from the mountain pass right beside the castle. Because of all the distractions, your path inside should be clear, but I need Fortane to do something special for us first.
Me? Special? What do you need me to do?
I'll have you climb the castle, scaling the outside walls. Your job will be to get inside and ring the bell of retreat. If you can find it, it should make the honor guard stand down.
Wait, seriously? All of them?
Yeah, all of them. I'm putting a lot of trust in you here. Do you think you can do this for us?
Of course! Climbing is my specialty. I'll have that bell ringing in no time.
Good. The rest of you will enter the castle from the front. Again, your path should be clear if all goes as planned. If not, well, you'll have to fight your way through. But I believe in you.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, we can do this no problem.
Glad to hear it.
That is all we've come up with. Does everybody find it acceptable?
All right, let's go outside. We'll head to the Grand Library as a group. If we can get in there without trouble, the rest will be easy.
Sneak into the castle and lure everybody away from the main atrium. Seems pretty easy to me. The monarch will have no resistance at all.
And if I can ring that bell, then everybody will be safe. All those years of climbing has finally paid off. This is gonna be great.
Look, none of that is going to happen if we can't take the Grand Library. We need to establish a foothold, a safe place to retreat to if things go south.
The city should only be a couple of hours away. We trust that you can all handle the cold.
We don't really have much of a choice, Hal. Let's get going. I think our goal is pretty clear.
This looks amazing! This must be a remnant of the monarchy, right? The triumvirate can't be this artistic. I know it.
Correct. This looks just as we remember it. However, Balteus wasn't always this cold. Something bad has happened to the nation.
Oh, I see. Like what?
We're not sure. However, it is probably due to the Triumvirate. It pains us to see how much they've defiled our former home. We used to live in Balteus. It housed the throne and our ruler. To see it reduced to a frozen wasteland, it is almost too much to bear. Let us head inside. We need to see what else has changed over the years.
Seers, please come forth. We don't have much time to waste. As soon as we get inside, you need to get to work. Lure the honor guard away from our path. Understood?
Of course. Your path to the library will be clear. After the fighting dies down, we will come and join you. It should be easy, so don't expect us to be too far behind.
Yes, of course. Thank you very much. Let's see, is there anything else to cover? Look, we're about to do something that's never been done before. We're seizing territory from the Triumvirate, right under their noses. Much like they did to Mazeo. We're about to occupy Balteus. But that does not mean we are like them. We do what we do in order to gain our freedom. They occupied Mazeo, wanting to oppress us even further. I want you to all remember that as we press forward, war can blur the lines between good and evil. But I know where we stand. If you know that too, then there's nothing that can stop you. You are heroes.
What have they done?
This is, well, I certainly didn't expect this. I'm guessing it didn't look like this in your time?
No. Balteus was a paradise. This is unacceptable, Domic. We must find a way to fix it.
Of course. There's no way I'll let this stand. It's a bit of a shock, but our plan remains unchanged. Secure the Grand Library, then kill the Triumvirate.
What's going on here?
This is disgusting. Look.
This is Alestia's fate if we leave it in their hands. They don't care about the land. They only care about themselves. This is proof enough that we're on the right side of history.
We suspect that this may be related to their dark idol, Monarch. Above all else, please prioritize its destruction.
Seers, come here. I think this is our best chance to take action. With that group gone, our path to the library is clear.
Yes, sir. Should be easy enough to take them down. After they're dealt with, we'll meet you all in the library.
Good. Go around this building and attack from the other side. They'll be focusing on you, so we'll head in the opposite direction.
Perfect. Then we'll meet up at the library. If we don't make it, though, it's been an honor.
The Grand Library is right over there. We'll run on my mark, so just hold on. Now, go!
What's going on back there?
I don't know. Let's just hope it's going well.
Doesn't sound that way.
For the honor guard, maybe. Hurry up. We need to get inside.
Shouldn't we wait for the Seers? At this rate, it might not be much longer.
No, they can meet us inside. We can't risk running into more suits. That was just one group. I'm sure there's more.
Right.
Wait. The library seems fine. Why does it not decay like the rest?
I don't know, but I think this is a good sign. It means we can control or limit what's happening. Knowing this, we might be able to fix Balteus.
Or perhaps it's a bad sign, Dominic. Maybe our enemy has the power to harm Alestia itself. How do you think we can stand up against such a foe?
Hey, let's get inside, alright? Maybe the librarian knows more about this. We shouldn't stand around in the open out here.
This is amazing!
I've never seen so many books in one place before. I wonder what they're all about. Should we take a look?
Maybe not. We're here for a reason, remember? Let's find the owner and see what they can tell us.
Actually, there's a chance that the books could tell us even more. The Triumvirate must keep them away from the mainland for a reason.
What do you mean?
The monarchy vanished in the blink of an eye. This we know for sure. People can be erased, but not culture. Signs of our time here would have remained.
So, you're saying...
Looking into the past is one of the best ways to learn. If we don't become better people, then we'll repeat the same mistakes. How fitting, then, that the old monarchy would focus only on the future. They wanted to guide themselves to the perfect future. If it was possible to get there, then no cost would be too high. In the name of a better world, they embraced corruption. Too often do we condemn others in our self-serving journeys. A bright future for the monarchy would have meant death for innocent worlds. The Triumvirate chose to step in, as they have countless times before, to maintain balance.
We know what the Triumvirate did to the monarchy. Hal told us. But like you said, mistakes are how we learn and grow. It's how we become better. If the option of failure is taken away from us, we can no longer call ourselves people. They can hide behind whatever reason they want, but they're wrong to control us. The ability to make these mistakes is our right, and I will not stand by while it's taken away. Corruption? Death? Nobody wants these, but without them, we might as well not exist at all. Restrain this man.
You will experience no resistance from me, but on the other hand, you'll find no help either. Do what you must, but keep the library intact.
Who are you? You know far more than most.
Just a hoarder of knowledge. A man who preserves the past rather than erasing it. In exchange, the Triumvirate gives me life and shelter.
Another one of their victims, you mean? Eternal life in exchange for servitude? Despicable. What atrocities did you commit in their name?
I created this library, a simple glimpse into the past. Everything the monarchy ever wrote is on these shelves. That was my job. Preserve the old history while creating a new one.
And what new history did you create?
I wrote about the Triumvirate and spread it everywhere. I made them seem like gods, like they were the creators of this world. As new life began on Alestia, they found my writing and believed every word.
Algus Fayer.
That is the moniker I assumed, yes. I'm happy to know that the name is still remembered.
So everything the people believe is a lie that you created. Why would you need to go to such extremes? This is insane.
Look at how you and your friends reacted to learning the truth. It brought you here, prepared to kill those who gave you life. The people must never know the true cost of their creation.
I don't believe this. Hal, get him out of our sight.
Well, at least he didn't put up much of a fight. I'd like to say that I'm shocked, but I don't feel surprised at all. This journey has been full of revelations. This is just another for the pile. It doesn't really change much at all. We still have a plan, but it'd be stupid to attack the enemy in the middle of the night. Let's rest until the break of dawn and meet in the front of the library. Remember that we're safe as long as we stay in here. Hopefully the rest of our forces aren't too far behind. You're all dismissed. See you in the morning, okay?
Where are we supposed to rest?
I'm sure there's private quarters around here somewhere. And if you can't sleep, at least there's a lot of books to read. After the war, we should give this knowledge back to the people.
Yeah, I agree. The Triumvirate can't hide this stuff forever. We finally have proof that nobody can deny. This is amazing. If we show them this, they'll accept our rule without question.
Yeah. Let's hope you're right. Have a good night, everybody. Shane stayed behind to lead the naval attack. He plans to trim their forces as much as possible. Like you anticipated, they're arriving by sea.
Good. Then things are going according to plan. We'll have you wait in the atrium for their arrival. This means that you'll be our last line of defense.
I consider it an honor, but I have to say, I'm worried for Shane. His chances of survival are pretty slim out there.
He knew what he was signing up for. If he killed even one of the rebels, then he was successful. Focus on protecting this castle, Halen. That's more important.
Yes, of course. I'll make sure no one passes the atrium. If they try, they'll fall as quickly as they enter.
Thank you, Halen. It's important that they have a false sense of security. Don't give them too much resistance until it's absolutely necessary. If they think they're going to win, they're more prone to slipping up. It's up to you to figure out when that moment is and take advantage of it. Even if it takes your life, you are to prevent them from entering our chambers.
Yes, of course. My life for the Triumvirate. I'll fortify straight away and wait for their arrival.
Hopefully this time, things will be different.
We finally put the librarian to rest. He sure likes to talk a lot, and about nothing at all. Lots of answers in the form of riddles. Boring stuff. It's pretty interesting that he didn't resist, though. He said he won't help us, but he won't stop us either. His true allegiance is to history. That's what he kept saying. Doesn't make much sense since he faked so much history in the past. But no matter what happens next, he'll have a lot to write about. If we win, he'll record it. If we lose, then he'll record that too. His main condition was that we don't harm the library. Pretty good terms, especially in exchange for a foothold. We may not have won yet, but we've seized Baltean soil. We don't. But he can't do much if he's locked up. Any chance he had at intervening is long gone by now. He can try when we leave, but we'll be prepared to fight by then. Of course. I just wanted to make sure you were all right. It must be hard to sleep right now given all the weight on your shoulders. The others aren't sleeping either. Maybe you should spend some time with them.
This room is pretty cool, Monarch. Makes sense that you'd get it too. Must feel good, being royalty and all. I'm pretty confident. After hearing Domic's plan, I get to follow you to the castle too, so that makes me happy. You can trust me to have your back if anything bad happens. I've been practicing with those daggers I got from Mazeo, actually. They took some getting used to, but I think I can hold my own. Not that those suits of armor require much to take down. To be honest, I'm really scared that we might not survive. I mean, victory usually comes at a cost, but what will we pay? If I make it out of this without my friends, I'll just feel so hollow. I want to help fix Mazeo, but I don't want to do it alone. It's up to us to help undo the damage inflicted by our parents. With you on this throne, I think we could do it pretty easily. I really need to stop thinking so far ahead. This is the eve of our final battle. I should focus on that. Getting lost in thought on the battlefield would be the death of me. So, let's just enjoy this moment, shall we? This might be the last time we're able to hang out. I hate to tarnish it by freaking out and acting stupid. Well, at least I don't feel so alone anymore. Fortum is always so carefree, no matter what happens. Talking to him, you'd never guess that we could all die here. Before I stop being so gloomy, can you promise me one thing? It'll make me feel a lot better, and morale is what we need right now. If I do end up dying out there, can you help repair Mazeo? I just want to see a happy nation. It's gone through so much. Our parents heard it, so we should be the ones who mend it. Good. Then we can move on to better things. You know, I've been thinking about how far we've come. I've seen so much, and I feel like a totally different person. I wonder what would have happened if things were different. What if your induction ceremony wasn't canceled? What if you never got that deceiving vision? Who would we be if not for all that's happened so far? I mean, we were simple residents of Valinor just a while back, but now we stand in Balteus, ready to fight the rulers of the world. I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see it unfold right in front of me. But, you know, I'm not sure which version of myself I'd rather be. It's not an easy thing, knowing how twisted the world truly is. Obviously, we can't go back and change anything, but it's just weird to think about. And it was all out of our control. Let's hope that after this, we can take things in the direction we want. The people will be free to live as they please. They'll never have to lose their homes or comply with tyrants. If that's the end goal here, then I'd say our changing was worth it. Thank you so much for inviting me over, Monarch. I feel a lot better than I did just a few minutes ago. I guess I'll see you when we gather to launch the attack.
I'm gonna be honest, Monarch. I'm scared. Terrified. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, climbing the Triumvirate's castle? That's insane. Not to mention that the entire battle hinges on my success. I have those metallic claws, but I don't know how much that'll help. Their castle is probably made of stone, like this library is. What if I fall? What if I get shot by an arrow? If anything gets in the way, I might not be able to do this. I require extreme focus, you know. This is too much. Sorry to come here in panic like this. It could end up being our last night together after all. There are probably way better ways to spend it than this. Okay, Fortame. You got this. You're gonna climb that tower and ring the bell of retreat. You'll help win the battle and return to Valinor as a hero. Trust me, I never forgot that you appointed me as the Elder. I'll do my best to lead Valinor in the right direction, I promise. But if I don't make it, you'll have to find someone else to lead. I know you're gonna tell me not to worry. I know you're going to say that everything will be fine, but that's not true. We all need to be realistic here. There's a chance that we could lose this war tomorrow. There's a chance that all of us could die. A really big chance. We're not immortal. We need to face the facts, not live in denial. They're all out here in the atrium with so much confidence. But I know that deep down inside, they're scared too. We all have something we're afraid of, you know? You know, it's not death that scares me, Monarch. It's the thought of never seeing my friends again that hurts me. I don't want to lose anybody. I've never been this scared in my life. You can't be certain of that, though. Just like I can't be certain that I'll survive. All we can do is try, and hope for the best. So promise me one thing. No heroics, okay? No grand acts of sacrifice. No trading your life. This world needs you after the war. We all need you. I guess we'll find all of this out in a few hours anyway, right? It's almost sunrise, and the battle shouldn't be too long. Let's change the subject. I've worried enough. Oh, here we go! If we win, we'll have a huge party. A party that the world will talk about forever. We can give everybody Mazayan apples. Sweet! Then I can't wait. I'll let you get back to what you were doing, Monarch. This isn't goodbye after all. We'll be seeing each other again for sure.
They all worry. They fear that death will come for them. An understandable fear, however. This is the end of our journey. We will face more danger than ever before as we move forward. Algus, however, isn't making things any easier. He plants seeds of doubt in many of our soldiers, Monarch. Words are a writer's greatest weapon. A gag would be effective. He says that we are the true enemy, the monarchy. He says that if you knew the truth of our people, you would run. You would no longer fight for us, as we endangered innocent worlds. It is not true, however. His mind has been twisted beyond repair, but many soldiers are starting to doubt. What if he is telling the truth? Could they save their lives by switching sides in the final moments? The monarchy made mistakes, as any group of people do. Like Dominic said, mistakes are how we learn and grow. Bad choices, while bad, are our right as people to make. They cast us aside in a prison, taking away our ability to choose, and in doing so, they took away our ability to live in freedom. No matter our crimes, this punishment is far too severe. But, we must say, it was a battle that we lost fair and square. We was so focused on our own future that we lost sight of everyone else's. It doesn't surprise us that our perfect future came at the expense of others. If it leads to happiness in the end, how can you decide what cost is too high? This is the line that all tyrants seem to walk in the early days of their rule. Many have fallen to the wrong side, Monarch. We trust that you will not. We know that Domik wishes to gift all this knowledge to the people. These books capture almost the entire history of the monarchy. This may not be a good idea. They may read of our mistakes. And those mistakes may just inspire future insurrections. We think it may be best to destroy the monarchy entirely, burn these books, and remove the spirits from this body. These books shouldn't exist at all, Monarch. We don't know why the Triumvirate keeps them lying around. If our oppression was their goal, then they should have destroyed them. Right now, they exist as a testament to our imprisonment. As long as they remain intact, they will be only a harmful memory. They should be destroyed. Allow my people and our history to rest. This is why we ask that you look toward the future, Monarch. Do not concern yourself with who we were or what we were like. Order this library to be destroyed. Live life on your own terms. This started back during our journey into Eastcrown. This body could not survive the cold. The spirits inside helped, but in doing so, they died. We are weaker than we were back then. Weaker, but more in tune with everything around us. Almost like a weight was lifted from our shoulders. We would like you to lift this weight even further. Please, use that blade. Absorb the souls inside of us. Leave one behind. And let us feel what it is like to be alive. After the weight is gone from our shoulders, lift it from the world. You must absorb these souls and destroy the books. Only then will the monarchy be truly removed from history, as our mind will be better for it. So too will the world itself. You would not be killing us. We have long since been dead. It would be an act of mercy upon a group of oppressed people. We can no longer live. The Triumvirate stole that right from us. But if you can take our spirits and use it to power the blade, maybe it will give you the edge you need to win this yourselves. We may have lost, but that doesn't mean you need to, as well. These spirits may linger, and the books may remain, but the truth of it is, we're dead. We need to be buried. Our very existence is born from a denial of that death. If you leave one soul, we will use this body to fight for you. We may fall in combat, but nothing of value would be lost. We cannot help our own people, so we must help yours. We understand if this is too much to ask, Monarch, but we think this is the right course of action for everybody. Don't be scared to hurt us. You cannot harm what is already dead. The spirits would be more useful in the blade than this body. But like we said, one can remain to aid you in fighting. What do you say, Monarch? What will you do? Very well, Monarch. It is a mistake, but it is your mistake to make. After all, you still live, free to make your own choices.
What a sight, Monarch. I assume this is where Algus would normally sleep, but he's not going anywhere in his current state. I talked to him for a while and he seems unstable. Years of serving the Triumvirate will do that to you, I guess. Even after I told him what Hal was, he still lives in ignorance. Well, maybe ignorance isn't the right word. He knows what the Triumvirate is and still chooses to serve them. You know, I wonder how the people will react when they find out. Algus knows and chose not to rebel or fight back. Maybe our victory here will be just the start of another battle. Not literally, of course, but we'll fight to show everyone the truth. I have to ask you something, though. If the people don't respect your rule, what will you do? Will you work hard to earn it, or will you demand it through fear? I suppose you're right, but don't lean too heavily on the side of fear. You don't want to become the enemy we're taking down. They definitely rule through fear, Monarch, but the rebellion isn't afraid to speak up and shut them down. Sometimes using fear just inspires others to contest your rule. It just makes me wonder who the Triumvirate really is. They aren't gods. I doubt they made the Blade of Exodus. There's a chance that they're just like us, using power to achieve their goals. And they say that power corrupts. You've heard that, right? What if they were just like us in the past? What'll happen next? Will we just go on to become tyrants that the people despise? Nobody starts their journey at the peak power, Monarch. The Triumvirate wasn't born into this role. They fought for it. It's even likely they took down foes of their own too. But what foe would that be? And what was their goal? What I'm trying to say is, I think the blade should be destroyed. Once we achieve our goal, we have no use for it anymore, right? If you keep it, you risk relying on its power. And I don't want to see what that does to you, Monarch. Not if it's even anything close to what it's done to our enemies. I don't see any reason to keep it around after the war is over. So tell me, if you get the chance to destroy it, will you? Good. There's no place for a weapon like that in this world. I feel like whoever wields it will be led down a dark path. I just hate to see that happen to you. I really would. I just want to know what kind of hands the world will be left in. I'm just asking you these questions because I'm scared, you know? I might not survive the battle. I might not live to see your reign. I'd hate to lose each other, after how far we've come. But we're about to fight the Triumvirate, so it's a real possibility. All we really can do is launch the final attack with no regrets at all. And now I have my fair share of regrets, that much is certain. But with your help, I'd like to put some of them to rest. I wanted to do so back in Alarinthia, but I was scared. You know that I have this fear of physical contact. When I saw everybody on the dance floor, I got jealous. It seemed so easy, so natural for them. Why couldn't I do that? They all looked so happy together. It was simply magical, and here I am, scared. I'm denying myself the pleasure of that magic. If I keep doing that, I told myself, I'd die before I got the chance to feel it. But I want to feel it, Monarch. I want it more than anything. Why does the simple thought of it make me shake in fear? What did I do to deserve this? Why can't I be happy like them? You're right. I could never live with myself if that happened. I want to know what it feels like just in case I never get the chance again. So, here we are, back in Alarinthia, that music playing in our ears. I love you.
So, I guess this is it, huh? You know, I always thought that I'd be ready, but now that we're here, I feel such apprehension. I know the layout of their castle based on past reconnaissance, but when we stole the Blade of Exodus, they weren't expecting us. They know we're here now. For us, this will be a purely uphill battle. Look at me, freaking out. I don't mean to bring down your morale. Let's change the subject, all right? Is there any wine in this place? Of course there isn't. You know, I thought it'd be a given. August is all alone, with nothing but his books and imagination. If there's any type of person who'd live off of wine, it'd be him. It's a lonely life being a writer. It really is. You pour so much emotion into it that you almost run out. Everyone thinks you're giving them the cold shoulder, but you're not. Writing is art. Nobody questions the secluded painter, you know? But the second you close yourself off to write, you're troubled. So many people see it as a joke of a career choice. I almost let that get me down when I was younger. They told me that a writer could never make a decent living. I could have easily given up. But instead, I created a legacy. And that's what scares me. Even when I give up the swindling life, that won't be enough. Everyone will remember me for who I was, not who I am. And let's be honest, I'm not one of the good guys. I stole secrets, sold them, and ruined people's lives. Look what I did to the rebellion. That's unforgivable. I think I might die during the attack, Monarch. There's no place for me in your new peaceful world. Even if I change, the harm I did will always haunt me. I know we want to be together, but it's difficult. You don't understand how many people I've wronged in the past. If they seek revenge, they might just target the people I love. And I don't want you to get hurt just because I was a bad person. I could turn a new leaf, but that doesn't mean my enemies will too. If we're together, you might always be a target. It makes me scared. Together? I just fear that the end is closer than we think. If this could be our last night together, what do I do? How do I press forward knowing that we might lose each other? Are you sure? I mean, I don't want to rush anything. I've never really done this with anyone before. You're right. I want this. And if we both survive, you'll still want me? We can put the past behind us and tackle the future? I've done a lot, you know, so your forgiveness means...
Hey, Monarch. I just wanted to come see you. We won't be getting much sleep tonight after all. I can't stop thinking about our visit to Alarinthia. You know, I broke your nose and I feel awful about that. But I couldn't let you get in the way and compromise our plan. It needed to come down to just Pro and myself. It was the only way that we could guarantee our victory. I guess I came here seeking forgiveness. I feel foolish, though. Your forgiveness was implied when you removed that curse from me. I mean, you wouldn't do something like that if you resented me, right? But still, having it implied, it's not the same as hearing you say it. And that's the thing, though. Forgiveness shouldn't come so easy. When you're on the throne, you'll need to learn how to punish. I lied to you. I hurt you. I shouldn't deserve your forgiveness. I guess what I'm trying to say is, you're lucky it was just your nose. In that moment, I would have done whatever I deemed necessary, Monarch. And given the opportunity, I would do it again. I would go as far as I needed. Do you still think I'm worthy of forgiveness? Who knows what I might have to do during the final battle? The fate of the world is in the balance. I can't hold back. As long as we are both on the same page, I expect the same from you. Don't hold back in any way. If I'm in danger, don't stop to help me. You have your goal. I know what I was getting into when you removed my curse. I'm vulnerable, for the first time in thousands of years. But while I'm vulnerable, I also feel alive, Monarch. It's amazing how much the possibility of death can motivate us. In some ways, that's what drives us to accomplish our goals. Without some sort of end, there's no time for us to seize. Thank you, Monarch. I knew you'd be strong enough to make the tough decisions. Since we met, I've seen nothing but a capable ruler in you. And that was before the attack on the Rebel HQ. Remember back in Valenorth, when we were at Peregrino. You've been leading this world for much longer than you think. And I have to say, I agree with your choices. Keeping Peregrino as a tavern? I thought about that for a while. Anybody who values alcohol that much is good in my books. When I look back on times like that, I realize how far we've come. Complete strangers to lovers. And it all happened so fast. I wasn't expecting it, but that's how I know it's real. Some people pursue love like it'll make them whole. But it's not right to place a burden like that on somebody else. I think you can only really enjoy love when you love yourself first. And that's what you helped me do, Monarch. It's like the more I know about you, the more I know about myself. And I don't want to stop learning. I want it for the rest of my life. I'm just grateful that now it's a life I deem worth living. If I don't lose it on the battlefield, then I want to spend it with you. Being able to grow old and say goodbye, it's an odd thing to desire. But when you lose the ability to die, you start to miss it. In fact, you can almost forget what it's like to feel alive. I did, at least until I first laid eyes on you. I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. Don't want to give away my wedding vows. This is actually some prime material, now that I think about it. Let's continue this after the battle, all right? Unfinished business is just one more reason to survive. In times like these, we need as many of those as we can get.
Sorry, I just needed to get away from that atrium, Monarch. Everybody keeps telling me what to do, and it's getting on my nerves. I have no problem helping out your cause, but it's my choice to do so. I followed enough orders while I was under the Triumvirate's control. Joining you and your army, I thought I'd finally be a free man. I mean, I guess I am. Ignore me. I'm just complaining. You know, that's why I like you. You're the only person who lets me do what I want. Everybody else keeps me at arm's length, commanding me. After all I've been through, I think I want to be the commander. I always thought I've been meant for more than what I was given. When I met you, and you accepted my offer, I knew I was right. At first, I only planned to help you until we took down Halen. But we've grown so close, and your comrades are so accepting. I've never felt such a sense of belonging. A sense, perhaps, of family. You know, I've been reading about the monarchy. They seem to be more similar to the Triumvirate than we thought. The Triumvirate demands perfection. The monarchy sought the perfect future. And it seems like neither group cared about what costs they paid. But it's impossible to pinpoint the moment the monarchy was imprisoned. Many of these books are dated with a system I'm unable to decipher. So how advanced was the monarchy when the Triumvirate took action? Were they silencing a real threat? Or perhaps a potential threat? One is more acceptable than the other, but neither are just. I find myself wondering what would happen if someone opposed the monarchy. What if somebody got in the way of them in their perfect future? Would they be killed, just like enemies of the Triumvirate? And furthermore, how did they possess foresight to begin with? You inherited it from them, but where did they get it from? Sorry for rambling. There's just so many questions. It might be best to just forget the monarchy ever existed. Start over, from scratch, under the banner of the rebellion. Why reclaim a world for someone who would be your enemy? The Triumvirate controls us in an attempt to keep everything pure. The monarchy, too, controlled their subjects, just for a different reason. We want to live free, right? Free to do what we want and live how we want. Why settle for the lesser of two evils? Forget the Triumvirate. Forget the monarchy. Carve your own path. Follow none, tread by others. You don't understand. If you let them control your actions, then you'll never truly be free. No matter who you align with, you'll inherit ideals that harm, like poison. You need to look to the past, not the future. Avoid the mistakes they made. That's what I did, and look where it brought me. Standing before you, able to think of little else. I just don't want to see you fall. You're better. Better than the Triumvirate. better than the monarchy. You're the only person that's ever treated me like I mattered. I'm not a slave to you. I'm not just some means to an end. I kept telling myself that you weren't giving me any special treatment. I wanted to believe that you'd extend the same courtesies to anybody. But then, you got me those writing utensils, and I became so confused. I hate that I can't stop thinking about you. I hate that I care more about your future than my own. I hate you.